Global happenings today. We communicate. We analyze global news.
Hello great people, welcome back to our channel. The National Judicial Council have decided to step into the current case happening in Rivers State, where counter orders are coming from the state judiciary and also from the federal judiciary. That's from the federal judges and also from the state judges. It seems as though judiciary has become a joke of the day. Don't forget that some few days ago there was a complaint about the fact that the Chief Justice of Nigeria, it's silence over this whole brouhaha going on. But even with that, Nigerians are really reacting to it. Some for, some against. But first of all, let's look at full details of what they're about to do. According to the news, the National Judicial Council has officially launched a probe into judges of federal and state high court over conflicting ruling concerning political cases in Rivers State. Investigation is led by a panel including a former justice of the Court of Appeal and two heads of courts under the oversight of the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Kudirat Kekere-Ekun. The Chief Justice met with the panel on Monday and issued a directive for a swift conclusion to the investigation, mandating that the probe report be submitted within the week. The inquiry focuses on several judges involved in adjudicating the ongoing political turmoil between Governor Similari Fubara and his estranged godfather, Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, which has led to multiple legal disputes. Additionally, the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court has been summoned by the Chief Justice and is scheduled to be questioned on Tuesday regarding these issues. This question or this action follows several formal complaints to the council, though it was Justice Kekere-Ekun herself who initiated the comprehensive probe Swomuto, responding to significant public concern over the judicial inconsistencies. The NJC's probe aims to address these conflicting rulings that have not only complicated the political landscape in Rivers State but have also raised questions about integrity and impartiality of the judiciary in managing political sensitive cases like the one happening in Rivers.
Now, still on the same matter, the judiciary have decided to look into a lot of things, and one of such is the fact that CJN, that's the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Kudirat Kekere-Ekun, have also commended President Bola Tinubu's administration initiative to build 40 housing units for judges in Kantampe district of Abuja. Now, she noted that this housing project will go a very long way in improving the performance of judicial officers in the Federal Capital Territory (FCT). Now, while speaking at the flag off, Justice Kekere-Ekun stressed that a conducive living environment is important for judges to fully concentrate on their demanding responsibilities. Let me quote her word for word. Said, "Beyond the courtroom, a peaceful and secure residence is vital to allow judicial officers to focus on heavy duties entrusted to them," she remarked. Now, she further explained that the housing initiative reflects the government's commitment to supporting judicial officers, adding that their well-being is closely tied to their work performance. Meanwhile, the event was attended by key figures including the FCT Minister, Nyesom Wike, who emphasized the importance of robust welfare packages for judges. Wike confirmed that 70% of the project fund had been released. Now, a lot of Nigerians believe that this particular issue of the judges having houses being brought, of course, by the executive arm should have been done by NJC, that's the Nigerian Judicial Council, and not the executive arm. And now Kekere CJN is saying that there's really nothing wrong with it, and in fact, it's actually commending the administration of Bola Tinubu, who actually wants them to feel comfortable, build houses for them so they can concentrate on the big job ahead.
Now, this is one of the things that had made Nigerians to react over the probe that the National Judicial Council is about to take on this issue. Now, there's no way that you can bite the finger that had fed you thus far, because number one, the executive is responsible for funding of the judiciary. Now, one of the things that would have a kind of put a control over possible impartiality in the judiciary would have been the National Judicial Council being given a budget which they will be in charge of building houses for the judges. But if it's now being handled by directly by the executive FCT minister, who incidentally is involved in this whole case in Rivers State, then there are a lot of fears that they could be possible siding. Let me use that word, siding, for one of the person involved in this case, and that's one of the fears that Nigerians are having right now.
The funny part is the fact that she's the CJN. Of course, whatever probe that will eventually go on, even before the results will be out, I'm sure there's some persons, classified persons, who have an idea of how this probe will go.
Before they even make it public.
Before they make it public, yes. And be that as it may, if they decide, just look, thinking widely now, if they decide to slam the judges in Rivers State, I think it's literally over, because these judges are answerable to CJN and the governing body of the judicial arm, and not the executive arm. Now, so if their body slams them and so to speak, suspends them or whatever punitive measure they're going to put against them, they cannot sit in all honesty in favor of Fubara. It's really a dicey one. We do not know how it will play, but Nigerians are hopeful. Honestly, they're praying that there should be true transparency, or else I don't know how it will look like eventually.
Well, the situation is very dicey, just like my colleague has rightly pointed out. And one of the greatest fear here is that the person who is currently building the houses for them, who are giving out the contract and ensuring, who had also promised that at a particular time is going to deliver on the job, is actually the FCT minister. And come on, there is nothing anyone can tell me that the case will not end in his favor. I'm not trying to point fingers, but come on, being that he's doing so much for them, he will even want to know step by step. The questions, even look at what happened when the president was involved in this case. We saw what happened. We know number one that the president was heavily supported by Wike during the period of the period of elections, and so everyone was so sure that he was going to stand with Wike, and that was how it played out. All the about how many stuff that we roll out, it was in favor of Wike. Wike wants to control this thing again, want to control the state again, which, as much as Nigerians know, and a lot of things that we have heard thus far, it's not going to be for the betterment of the people of Rivers State.
Now, if eventually they're talking about this probe, whatever probe they're looking at and their jurisdictions and trying to slam whatever judges who are going against, they should also look at the Constitution. What does the Constitution say about jurisdictions and all? And whatever probe they're doing, they should work in line with the Constitution. And take, for instance, some of this issue of jurisprudence and the rest, and look at those erring judges. And, unfortunately, with due respect to everyone involved, if you look at the Constitution thus far, you will discover that there are jurisdictions, and some of the jurisdictions, some of them are supposed to be done at the state level. They drag them to federal level. What will happen to those federal judges that erred? Will there be punitive measures against them? Honestly, Nigerians are watching, and it will really affect how Nigerians will look at holistically the judicial arm of the government.
Now, everything, whenever it comes to law, it's depending on who is interpreting it. That is where the whole trouble is. It's for example, talking about the Holy Book. Someone can pick it up and use it as a trading tool to make money. Another person can pick it up and use it as a judgment tool. Another one can pick it up, use it as a mercy tool. So the person who is interpreting it will, be the one that will win at the end of the. Now look at what happened during the luncheon that was organized by the FCT minister for the 27 lawmakers. He said something that he takes exception to the fact that someone is illiterate and is trying to do this and that. And then he talked about this same issue that is about to be addressed. That a case that concerns the CBN. So you want it to be done at the state, forgetting that there is a CBN at the state level. You understand? So whatever correspondent that you want to release, you can release it to the state there, and it's been forwarded down to their OGA. You understand? And apart from that, let's look at the number of the defendants or the claimants that are involved in the case. Not less than 4 of them are in the state, one is in the federal. So by choice, which one should you go for? It will be the state. You understand? And the state is not complaining that whatever that comes out as the court judgment, we won't forward it. Even if you want us to pay a jet to take it, the River State have a private jet that can take this thing, the case file or court judgment down there. You understand? So fears, a lot of fears, and we're just hoping and believing that this thing will turn out good at the end of it.